Hi everyone, Bill here, still here. Well, this is my 50th vlog. Been 8 months since I started this process. I thought it's time to put it all together in a sort of collage. This is the story so far. Save you watching the whole thing if you want to catch up quickly. Hi everyone, my name's Bill and I have cancer. I had the colonoscopy at the Princess Royal Hospital, and that's where they discovered the tumour. Behind us, that is the Guy's Cancer Unit, where we've just arrived for our my first visit to the oncology team. All these tablets, that's 5 weeks worth there.
If there are any nasty side effects. So, keep watching and I'll let you know.
So this is the slab I keep talking about, and that's where I lie down, and with a piece of paper across my nethers. It does feel almost like you're heating up after the radiation treatment, but it's okay. It's still continent, which is quite important, isn't it? Yeah, if I'm weeing, it feels a bit hot sometimes. It's almost like the radiotherapy, the radiation waves are heating up the contents of your bladder. It's still here, I'm still here, and I hope I'll still be here for quite a while. And when I get the all clear, we can all cheer. And along the way I try to stay upbeat and wear a smile. Have the odd micro nap, maybe, on the train. I don't even really notice I'm doing it though. There's enough gas going on inside there which could probably solve the energy crisis, quite honestly. Yeah, better go, because the ice block's melting now. Wash your backside. It gets high. Whoops, you see how it can go quite high. No, it's not bad. 50 quid for that, is it? No, so you just press the button and wait. Might need a little bit of adjusting. Oh yes, I've got something to show you here. After the surgery, I expect it will be very uncomfortable sitting down. Hope you're still checking your poo. Make sure you do that. Don't end up like me.
Oh, not feeling good today. You can tell I'm not very well. Helen noticed there was water leaking through our dining room ceiling. I've had no central heating since the 22nd of November, so we're wrapped up really warm. It's been really cold, it's miserable. Someone said to me there'd be good days and bad days. Well, this has been a bad month. Men always get colds a lot worse than women. It's a proven fact. I don't want to get a debate about it, but it's the case. We suffer worse. And then all the lights fuse in the house. What? It's darkness. Had my MRI scan in that tube for about 40 minutes. Trying to stay still when you're trying to sneeze is not much fun.
Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Was it worth it? Yes, it was. I've gone from a stage 3. Do you remember stage 3 at the beginning? Stage 4 is the highest. I was stage 3. It's gone from a stage 3 down to a stage 0/1. Which means on the MRI scan, they can't even see the tumour. I've still got to have surgery, but it's fantastic news. Well, I'll take that, goodness me. I thought I was going to be exit stage left at one point, so it's fantastic. I am going to live. I'm going to live. There might be slight changes to my lifestyle, but I'm going to live. And sort of get stuck on your stomach, and then it fills up, and look, you can go to the loo, and you can just empty it out like that. Job done. Job done, as it were. She put a couple of marks on my stomach, and also because apparently the hospital bans which has your name and details go missing, she had to write my name on my forehead as well, which is apparently the latest thing. Well, here I am, waiting for my surgery, seen the surgeon, signed consent forms, signing my life away. And just seen the anaesthetist. He's going to give me an epidural, which makes my legs go heavy, and that's an injection in the spine. And then after that, he'll put me out with morphine for, he reckons, 12 hours. It will give me relief for 12 hours. Operations up to 6 hours, possibly. I think it's likely that I'm going to get an ileostomy, which is he's going to aim for reversal, but it may not happen. Ability to be continent is not going to be good, so it may well end up being a permanent colostomy at some point in the future. Hey, happy days. Anyway, I better go. I'm going to switch my phone off now and try and enjoy the morphine, I guess. back home. Yeah, it was tough. Now, I was 6.5 hours in surgery. My surgeon is a lovely chap, but he's got big hands. And I've got a narrow pelvis. And he told me that it was a very tricky operation for him to get his hands into my pelvis to rummage around. He took my appendix out for good measure. You don't need that. Pain, yes, it was painful. But yeah, it was a very uncomfortable night, first night, and the first day was quite difficult. But I was up and about the next day, walking up and down the corridor of the hospital. Got surgical stockings on all the time. They compress your calves to try and reduce the risk of you getting blood clots. 28 days without removing the stockings, apart from washing. I've got Clexane injections. I have to administer myself into my stomach for 28 days too, every day. They are blood thinners, and well, one of the side effects with me was my gentleman's jewels. I think I had a bad reaction to that catheter because honestly, Billy Smart could have been on the phone to me because I could have joined the circus. There is an elephant somewhere in Africa wandering around with a very, very small trunk, I think. Okay, I've got the bag. I'm getting used to that. It's okay. It's much better than I thought it was going to be. It doesn't smell. That is naming your stoma. So Helen, all credit to you. She's come up with the name Donald. I'm going to call it Donald. Why? Because it trumps all the time. It's not healthy, but this is what I've got to eat. It's completely the opposite of what I normally have. Somebody's got all this in for me. Oh, look, it's my special nurse carer. There she is, Helen. You just pass me by, you still make me cry. You can make my whole again. Look, I take my little bag in with me, they give you this, full of all your stoma products. This is the type of bag I'm going for at the moment. It's the little black number, very sleek. It's quite discreet. It's much better than the see-through ones. Yeah, you don't want to know. Sign me up with this company, Fittleworth, who will send me the products on a regular basis. And 13.5 stone when I went in, and this morning when I weighed myself, 12 stone 10. Yeah, £9 is a big loss, isn't it? I need to think of some way of keeping it off, keeping the waistband away from my appendix scar. And the only one I come up with is Viagra. As long as all the liquid's gone into your body, then you can take the syringe out and then push the plunger down, which clicks out the protection. Went to see my surgeon yesterday, Mr. Danko Kostadinov. Yeah, it's really lovely to see him again. He has not got big hands at all. He is in perfect proportion to the size of his body. I may have exaggerated the size of his hands for comic effect. The good news is that the pathology reports have come back. It's all good. All the cancerous tissue has hopefully been removed from me. That's what I thought was my appendix scar, the sort of horizontal scar on my groin. It's not at all. What that is, it's the exit wound, if you like. So that's where they pull out the bad stuff out of you. Yeah, pain. I am still in pain. I'm getting this shooting pain up my backside. Why can't I have a pig's rectum transplanted into me? What animal would you choose to have? Pain. Been a lot of pain. I might look a little bit tired because I haven't been sleeping at all. Really, it's been a good week or so now, and the pain's been getting worse and worse. They gave me a CT scan. The doctor said to me, yeah, could you just go stand by the window there and bend over? And I said, what is that, so you can see better, like to inject the dye? He said, no, it's just that we don't like the woman who lives opposite there. Well, the radiologist thinks there might be a leak. So where they've joined the two bits of my bowel together at the bottom, it's all stapled up, all neatly. They were worried that there was a bit of a leak going on there. So some of this mucousy deposit or whatever's in the bowel is leaking out into my bloodstream. And maybe that's what was causing the pain. I went in this morning to the endoscopy, no, the colonoscopy. I could see for myself that there is, like, you can see where the join is, and you can see one or two staples sort of obviously there. And I think that is the point where there is a bit of a leak. I'm hoping that the antibiotics work. If he hadn't put that ileostomy into me, to protect the bowel as it is healing, then I would have had normal poo leaking into my body. I mean, that is potentially life-threatening. So that is the importance of having the ileostomy. Back in hospital, I'm afraid. Ended up on the ambulatory ward. It's like someone shoving a knife up your backside and twisting it about. A real spasm of pain. His ghost still haunts that corridor as he's pacing up and down. Oh, I am a little bit worried about the caravan in our back garden. I don't know where it's come from, we didn't have one before, but yeah, this wind's been blowing everything. Been in for 5 days, which is actually longer than I was in for the surgery itself. Might as well be at home than in hospital if you're going to be in pain, mightn't you? 12% of people who have the sort of operation that I have end up with the sort of complications I think that I've got. So I've got all those antibiotics to continue to try and solve this problem before I start the chemo. Here's a top tip for you. A simple marker pen. Make your surgical stockings a little more interesting. Yeah, little black line up the back. And it shot across the road, right across the pavement where I was walking, ploughed into the hedge behind me. If I'd been just a few feet further back on that pavement, I don't think I'd be here today. No reaction from me. I thought I was pretty calm about the whole thing. Until some dash cam footage was released from... I've been doing an awful lot better recently. I had several days now where I've had no tablets, no pain relief at all. I'm doing more exercise. In the morning I'm getting up, making sure I'm doing lots of stretches, trying to get the core strength a bit better. They talk about you getting blocked up if you have too much fibre. I haven't noticed any problems. As long as that colonoscopy goes okay on Saturday, we can start the plans for the chemotherapy. I've now got less than 3 lymph nodes affected. That means I only need the 3 months of chemo. I haven't been well, you know. Anyway, I thought I'd try a new look to see whether it makes me look a bit younger. Yes, pain's been good. Yeah, a lot better. And eating well, eating more and more fibre. We even had a curry the other night, a chicken tikka masala. Delicious it was. It's a bit like a chicken tikka masala, but it's a little hotter. I went to the Princess Royal Hospital for my sigmoidoscopy, and Danko was just about to stick the camera up my backside. And they said, "Oh, hold on, we're just going to put on a little bit of music." And do you know what they played? "You Can Make Me Whole Again." It's a lot better, and I could see on the camera really where it's a much tighter seal. We still don't know for sure whether it's going to be a reversible thing. With a very reduced capacity to retain stuff, you'll be running off to the toilet every few minutes, and nobody wants that. Got myself up to Guy's this morning, to the cancer unit there. But the PIC is a peripherally inserted central catheter into the bicep here and up close to my heart, or into my heart, one or the other, up a vein. Hand washing, very important to keep the bacteria away from this PIC line. Everyone thinks I'm always hatching a dastardly plan. I'm always washing my hands. God, I wish I could think of who I reminded myself of in that wig. And look where I am, back at the Guy's cancer unit. Yeah, 6 months ago, I was standing in this very spot with Helen. And here I am for my first session of the chemotherapy. That's the K-pox. Was it as bad as I thought it was going to be? Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all, actually. Definitely the sensitivity to the cold, which is, I think, my throat's already sounding a bit hoarse, which is another side effect. I had these gloves on. I'm glad I took those because everything was really sensitive to touch. It's like I've got pins and needles in all my fingers now, and I've got to be very careful about drinking cold stuff and touching cold things. This evening I'm starting on the capecitabine tablets again. I've got to have 8 of those every day. That's the other tablet form of chemotherapy. See that? That's the PIC line. That's the new dressing. That thing there is the... that's where they plug you in. We're only like 2 hours later. Look at me. It's like an electric shock if I touch anything that's not room temperature. And there we go, back to today. And yeah, I feel a little bit queasy, but not too bad at all. I'm okay. So all good. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.